All right, welcome everybody to the Tuesday Night Vive Pacesetter training, Pacesetter Mastermind training. People that are coming to this webinar have really decided to dig in, change their lives, but more importantly, change the lives of other people using this vehicle or this business model that we all share, that anybody can share and anybody can operate. So if you're new to this webinar, this is more of a working training webinar where we share what's working, we share ideas. We share, daily, weekly method of operations, a little bit of a business plan if this is new to you, and really just how to be effective. So that's what we're going to do here tonight. And I did want to announce Lisa and her team worked very hard on making a fast start training packet. And what that is just a quick flip sheet of when you sponsor a new business partner or a new sales team member, you can go through this fast start packet. And if you go through it, that new person will be up and running and off. They'll be educated. They'll know where all the tools are. They will have talked to a few other people in the business. We're going to talk about three-way calls tonight. And they will have a list of potential business partners that they want to reach out to, and also a list of potential customers. And if we are doing our jobs correctly, our new business partners will have booked appointments. That means that we are booking the appointments with them. Now, I know Matt Payne, last night at 12 midnight when they were training, probably not a good time to start texting people, but I'm sure Matt's going to get with you guys to sit down and really just show you the ropes. And we're going to do some of it here tonight. So I do want to welcome some new people. Well, Matt, I'll have you welcome part of your new team there. And I'm just trying to see what else is new here.
Well, I got Shayna and Gail Adams, and great friends of mine, like I was saying to everybody. So I'm super excited to be working with them.
Yeah, welcome to the team, guys. And I know we got Savaje from out from California under Kyle Hulsbus, and I was chatting with him today. Very sharp guy, business guy. We resonated. He's in a very interesting field, no pun intended. So welcome, guys. Welcome if you're new. And we're going to get right into it. So again, we're going to be releasing that Fast Start training packet. It'll be in a PowerPoint and a PDF. So you can run it on your computer, or you can print it out and physically go through it and mark it up, which is what we usually do. So you'll have that tool so that even though that you're brand new in your business, you'll be able to use that guide to fast start other people. Right? This industry loves speed. It loves instant action. It loves high impact, short periods of time. In other words, it's not something we reach out to one person a month. What we want to do is learn to text 30 people in an hour. Something like that, high impact activities. Right now, I'm talking about just saying, "Hey, what's up? Listen, I got something I want to run by you," and we're gonna work with that. We're gonna work a little bit on daily method of operation, business plan. Because here's the reality, guys: as soon as you hit the start button in this business, in order to make the Pacesetter rank, which I think all of you know what it is, and achieve the Founders Circle, which is the 2% corporate profit sharing for life, you have a 4-month window. You have a 4-month timeline. It starts ticking the instant you start your business. So it's up to us as we're sponsoring people not to let 3 or 4 days go by before we train somebody effectively on how to get customers and build a team. If somebody says, "Well, I can't really start till next week," then don't sign them. Sign them next week. This is a business. This is not something we're trying to get somebody to. It's also not something we need people to do. So we don't want to be running around all needy and network marketing. This is different. We're talking about energy. Talking about travel, the medical field, home security. These are services and products that are very robust, very cutting edge. Credit card protection, fraud protection. This stuff's all over the news. This isn't pills and potions and products and lotions. So if you have any prior network marketing experience in any of those type of companies, nothing wrong with them. I'm not trying to put them down, but I don't have to sell people energy. They already use it. All I need to do is educate people. We can guarantee to save you money. Same thing with like the roadside assistance. I'm just asking people, "Hey, do you have AAA?" If they do, then listen, we have something that's just as effective. It's more current, and we can save you a lot of money on it. So there's not a big sales pitch there. I'm not trying to show them a testimonial of how I lost 40 pounds on this new chemical pill and trying to sell them that way. So if you're new to this business, just realize what we have. It's not a hard sell. This is very easy to sell. Full honesty and transparency is the best way to sell it. There's no pitch. There's no angle. Listen, I'm reaching out. I got a new business. Reach out to friends and family. I can probably save you a few bucks in energy, or or I'd love to run something by you, see if it resonates. It might resonate, it might not. So Lisa's going to kick in with some content and some phraseology and a bit about that. And then we're going to get into some text blitzing, which means we're going to open up our phones and actually start texting people right here together, booking appointments, reaching out to people. We're going to go to work. And that's what we do every Tuesday night. We come together as a family, as a community, and we help you guys build your businesses, right? And the idea is that if we come together every Tuesday, you're getting a little boost, right? Like-minded people working together is a very high vibration. When we go back to our daily lives, sometimes we're surrounded by non-similar people or negative people, right? Especially if you have a job. So it's important to come here every week and get in the right vibration of people that are really going after life and chasing things and helping each other. So with that being said, Lisa, do you mind chiming in with a little bit of content on what you've been doing lately with the rank makers, and even put the link out and stuff, because I think that's a great group to join.
Yep, absolutely. So Rank Makers is a private, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, we can.
Rank Makers is a private community / Facebook group that is head up by Ray and Jessica Higdon, and it's closed right now. They only opened it once this month. They typically open it a couple of times a month. I know that we have several people here that are in Rank Makers, Joe, Corey, Matt, I think that might be it on the call. But because we had Ray go live in our Vive Facebook group back in April, we actually have he's gonna be boisterous for us. We actually have a unique code that I can share with you, so that if anyone sees, the value or wants more information, they can certainly jump in even while it's closed. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's good.
Yeah. We also have a contest going on right now for anyone who's on Team BMK, Changing Lives Together, and that is whoever hits Promoter 160 is eligible for a 1-year subscription to Rank Makers, and that's a several $100 value. So we have about 6 of those left, I think, Brian.
Okay, I got to let Jenny know, because Jenny hit that.
Okay, so yes, Jenny, if she
Matt,
just
Matt hit it as well, or we hit it.
Matt's in it.
He's already in.
Matt's in it. Brian, you should be in it anyway. And if Jenny just sends me her email, I can.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Maybe her and I will share that one out. That'd be great.
Yeah, definitely. So every day, Ray goes live and he does a training. So he does a short training and then he gives you an action step. And it's really the way that I think of Rank Makers is the way that I think of, personal growth and development, Bob Proctor, whatever you may be listening to or into, that 15 to 30 minutes a day of personal growth and development, that kind of gets my head on straight to deal with the world. And then Rank Makers helps me do that same thing, but from a network marketing perspective. So if you chime in, and most people watch the replays, if you watch the replay and you take his action step, every day, almost every day, you will inevitably be having success, because they're very quick, they're simple to do, but they keep you on track, and they have you think about things that, we don't think about because we get so tied down with what we're doing and who's saying no and who's saying yes, etc. So that's a little bit about Rank Makers. I will share that link. And honestly, everything that we've been doing has been coming either from Rank Makers or from Ray and Jessica Higdon in general. Yeah. So I think the 2 biggest things are when you're prospecting, and someone doesn't know what prospecting is, it's just reaching out to people to share your product, service, or opportunity. The 2 big things that should be in every message are, number 1, are you open? And number 2, give them an out. So that might look something like, hey, Matt, how are you? I'd love to catch up with you at some point, but tonight I'm actually reaching out because I was just curious. Are you at all open to making some extra money from home? If not, no biggie. I'd love to catch up either way. Whatever phraseology works for you, what's around it is not necessarily as important as are you open, and give them an out. Because people, if you say interested, people have less reservations about saying they're not interested. But if you ask somebody if they're open, they're more inclined to say that they are open versus not being open, because most people don't want to not be open, right? Yeah. So that is in every single message, be it a business, or even a customer. From a customer perspective, hey, Brian, how are you? Listen, I started a new business. Not sure if you'd be open or not, but I'd love to help you, learn how you could save some money on your energy bill or on travel or on whatever. If not, no biggie. Hope you and the family are doing well. And what Ray teaches is after the fact, here's where the magic happens. Build rapport with them after. Even if they say no to you, ask them some questions. How's their family doing? What's going on? Are they still doing this? Whatever. Because doing that shows them that you really care about them as a person and you're not just trying to sell them something, right? So are you open? Give them an out. A couple of objections. I'm not going to talk about those too much tonight, Brian, because I don't want to steal the thunder for tomorrow's call that Amanda, Corey, and I are doing. But were you going to ask a question?
No, go ahead.
Okay. But I'll give you one of them. If somebody asks you, how much does it cost? They're asking you because they're getting ready to shoot it down, right? Most people have the money. They may not have the extra money, and they may not have the money for what we have here to offer, but most people have the money. Unless we're prospecting somebody on the Vegas Strip that's holding up a cardboard sign, and I'd argue that even half of them have the money.
Right.
So it's not whether or not they have the money. Somebody asks, how much is it? You don't ever answer that question. Well, it depends. Here's what you say. Something along the lines of, well, it depends. We actually have a couple of different options, which we do, but this may not even be a fit for you, so it might not cost you anything. Simple.
Yeah. I like that. Just kind of, what you're doing is mentally letting them off the hook, and they can just say, okay, she's not really trying to get me into anything.
Yeah.
It just lowers the walls for them to take a look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, honestly, this, just taking a step backwards to the, are you open? If not, no biggie. I mean, I was talking to Amanda last night and we were going through, I was actually in my own head. It was late. I was tired and I couldn't get out of my own way. And she was reminding me to just keep it simple. I'm like, yeah, that's right. But she was saying she's having, I don't want to speak for you, Amanda, but she's having the best results with, are you open? If not, no biggie. Yeah. Bill, I'm not sure if he's on here, but he sent me a message again tonight and said that he went from about a 1% response rate to about 20% of people now responding to his messages, and he's getting on average 10 STPs a week.
Oh, nice.
So it takes the pressure off. Sometimes when we reach out and we ask a lot of questions and we try to build rapport first, and then we hit him with, hey, I got a business idea. You know what I mean? It seems, the analogy that Ray uses is if somebody sends you a birthday card and you open it up and you're like, oh, that's so nice. And then a sales sheet falls out of it. What do you want to buy? Yeah. It's kind of like that. So if you're not using that in your messages, I would encourage you to do so, because I know even Russ now is using the, are you open? If not, no biggie. And it's helping us find out literally who is open fast enough, because if they're not open, it doesn't matter if this opportunity or this business model is gold plated. They're not open. They're not open. We got to first find out who's open, And so I think my two biggest pieces of advice would be that, and what are your numbers? We can sit here and train and talk about it and do all of these, these tools and these documents, but at the end of the day, if we're not taking action, you're not working your business. So whatever your number is, and you can have a number, I know, Brian, you'll say, like, how many business presentations are you going to show a week? Absolutely. But I think a baby step even before that is how many people a day are you going to ask if they're open?
Mm-hmm. No, that's a great point. That's really the tip of the funnel, the tip of the sword, And Lisa, I mean, why don't you share what you're I mean, you're busy. You got, multiple businesses, two kids running around like maniacs. I mean, you're all over the place, busy. And how many people are you, what's your number for each day?
So Russ, myself, Amanda, and Ken Haywood, we have a little mastermind group that we do, the four of us, and we committed on Thursday night or Friday night. We committed to 20 a day each. Okay. So it's 20 a day each, and you talk about being busy. We're all busy. Today, I got up, dropped off Chase to summer school, had Ashley. I went to the office space that I rent to work on another side hustle while I'm on a conference call working a job, right? Prospecting in between, then running over to my parents' house to help them because my dad's not walking. I mean, I didn't stop today.
Yeah.
it can't be an excuse because I don't know when things will slow down around me, you know, and it's the same thing for all of you, you know, whatever you have going on in your life. If we wait for there to be time, there's not going to be time. And yesterday, you know, that happened to me. I didn't do the activities first thing in the day, and then I struggled at night to get them done. Get up, do your prospecting, do your touches, whatever that number is for you, and then let the rest of your day happen. Because I'll give you a tip. The rest of your day is going to happen no matter what, right? God willing. So if you wait until you have time to prospect or time to work this business, we're humans. We stuff so many things into our day. We're never going to have time. We need to make the time if we really want to get where we want to be in this business. So I hope that was helpful.
No, that was brilliant. I appreciate it. Like I said, I know you guys have been really kicking some butt over this. I wanted to, again, we always share what's working, right? And Lisa highlighted it perfectly. You know, this is, you know, it's a business and it's a game of numbers. It's like any other business. It's no different than real estate. If you're a realtor and you talk to one person a week, you're not going to be successful. Now, the one thing I want to highlight here, guys, for anybody that's new, I want to sort of reiterate that what we're doing here is a Pacesetter's training. So if you're brand new and you just want to have this business as a side hobby, make a few bucks, that's completely fine. So I don't want to scare anybody away. Lisa is trying to impact her family by getting to Pacesetter and getting the founder circle, getting the corporate profit sharing. So there's a bunch of us that are really committed to changing our lives and changing other people by accepting the challenge from the company and getting in that founder circle. So I just want to be clear, if you're somebody that's, you know, we have some people that are retired that just like to socialize and get a few customers here and there, and that's perfectly fine. So I want to make sure that everybody knows that everybody's welcome. You know, take the good, take what you want from it. You can scale it down, you can scale it up, you can do whatever you want. And Lise, thanks for the great content. So guys, what I want to do is I want to get into some tech splitting. And just to frame this, again, this business is, for most people, it's a part-time business, and some people it's very part-time. You can do this business in as little as like 15 minutes a day. I mean, I encourage more time. I would say a half hour should be the minimum, especially for anybody that's planning on hitting that Pacesetter's rank. But in a half hour, I can send out 20 invites, and that's what Lisa's talking about. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, out of those 20 invites, all kinds of stuff will happen. Some people will say not now. Some people will say later. Some will say no. Some will say yes. The appointments that come from that will be all over the place. So I always like to say there's two things. You either want to set a minimum number of people like Lisa did, or you want to set a certain number of appointments based on what you can do. And again, if we're trying to hit Pacesetter, you know, a part-time effort, I would say it's 5 appointments a week. You know, now I have people that I'm getting as customers right over Zoom meetings. I sit here in my office and close customers. So, and that counts as an appointment. And the same thing with business partners. So if you're familiar with Zoom, you can actually have customer appointments and business partner appointments right over a Zoom meeting. But when I first started in this business, I started at the coffee shop. Right? I did one-on-ones. I did 155 one-on-one coffee shop meetings that first year. Now, that might sound like a big number, but it's 3 a week. It's not a big number at all. But it is more than 95% of the people in network marketing do, because they treat it like a hobby. That makes sense. So this is not a hard business. It's just like Lisa said, she perfectly said it. If we don't make time, we don't make it a priority, it just doesn't happen. People have one appointment every 3 weeks and expect to have some sort of a business. So my recommendation, guys, is to get a daily and a weekly method of operation, and then stick to it. You know, make a business model, and whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do. In order to achieve Pacesetter in your first 4 months, I'm going to suggest, and some of you can chime in, you know, Lisa, Matt, that you need, you know, 5 appointments a week, 4 or 5 appointments a week consistently over the 4 months, whether it's a customer or business partner. And it all depends on your skill set too. It might be more, might be less, but it's certainly not 1 or 2 appointments a week. I can guarantee you that that's not the number. So the reason why I'm saying that is I want to put it on the table. If it's not, you know, if it's not for you, it's not for you. I don't want to set anybody up to fail. And like I said, we're here to help everybody, even if it's just a little supplemental income. So with that being said, I'd like to get to some tech splitzing. And what we do here, the principle behind tech splitzing is not to pre-qualify people, right? We literally open up our phone, we start with the letter A, and we start texting. We don't skip anybody, because everybody in our phone, in some way, shape, or form, we have something to offer, right? If it's a family member, we might be able to save them a few bucks. If it's somebody you used to work with, maybe it's a business partner. If somebody you went to high school with, you look them up on Facebook, you see what they're doing, you say, hey, Jane, listen, it's been 20 years. I see you're in real estate. I'd love to catch up. But like Lisa said, the reason I'm reaching out tonight is I have a business idea I want to run by you. I'd love to grab a cup of coffee. Right? So you can reach out to anybody, and we're going to help you with that scripting. So what we're going to do here, guys, and you can unmute yourself. Just open up your phone. Right now it's 7:30. It's not too late. I would make a commitment of texting at least 10 people here tonight, reaching out, setting either customer appointments or business partner appointments or a combination of both. And if you don't know what to say, just unmute yourself and say, hey, Brian, I got this person. She's 38 years old. Haven't seen her in 5 years. And either Matt, myself, Kenny, one of us will help you craft that text. So if you guys are of the same mind, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start booking appointments. So it might get a little silent here because we're all doing the same thing. But just feel free to unmute yourself if you have any question or if you're wondering what to say to somebody. All right, guys? So let's go after it together. The other thing that's fun as well is if you book an appointment, just unmute yourself and let everybody know. It's almost like a Slack room. It's a little win, you know.
What do you suggest is the best line to get someone's attention without it being like you're just reaching out to them for business?
Transparent. Like so give me an example of the person. It always helps me if I know, because it could be an 18-year-old girl in high school. It could be a 45-year-old CEO of a corporation. Two different things.
Right.
But give me an example.
Most of my A's that I can see are in their early 40s.
Yeah. Some business types.
Yeah, some ambitious, blue collar.
Yeah, no, you can be straightforward, like Lisa said. It's like, hey, Frank, how you doing? I'd love to catch up with you. But the reason I'm reaching out tonight.
Are you open to?
You can use that, but you can also. One of the things that I like to do, and I don't know if Ray does, is I like to pin this. I like to emotionally and psychologically pin this to what they're doing. And what I mean by that, I would say, hey, Frank, what's happening? Listen, I'd love to catch up. But the reason I'm reaching out tonight, are you still in that real estate business? I have a business idea I want to run by you.
Okay.
See what that does psychologically is it ties it to what he's doing. Now, listen, realtors absolutely crush this business. They can do energy. They can do solar. They're in and out of homes. Like every single product we have, home security. So I'm not trying to be shady or anything like that. I'm being honest. So I personally like to always pin my business idea to what they're doing. Right. I'm going to reach out to Jen and say, hey, Jen, it's been a while since high school. You know, the reason I'm reaching out tonight is I was wondering if you're still running, if you're at the hair salon. And listen, I have a business idea when I'm by you. It's from home. I'm not sure if it'd be a fit or not, but it's worth taking a look. So that's another phrase that I like to use. I'm not sure if it would be a fit, but it's definitely worth checking out.
If you're open.
If you're open.
Well, if not, no.
Yeah. What I would do is try some different things. I mean, we do things called split testing. So you can take the are you open, no biggie thing and send it to 10 people. And you can also try pinning to a business. And I have a business idea I want to run by you. May or may not be for you. So you can split test it. Send 10 each way because everybody's going to be a little different with this stuff. And then you can mix and match phraseology too. Because when you say, are you open, it's similar to saying it may or may not be a fit. You're emotionally letting them off the hook. Oh, sorry. When Lisa says no biggie if you're not interested, it's the same thing as me saying it may or may not be for you. You just emotionally let them off the hook. That's all.
Right. You give them an out.
Yeah. So you'll find out. The more you send, you're going to see. Just keep track of your numbers, of what you sent and how it works. So.
Okay.
But what is your background?
I currently am an event planner
at
university, and I have a background in catering, and I have my license in hairdressing.
Oh my God, you're going to kill this. So you'd be perfect. I mean, I'd be all over it. So if I was reaching out to you and you and I went to high school, I would just, listen, I saw you on Facebook. It looks like you're doing event planning. That's amazing. listen, I got a business idea where I'm by. I'm not sure if it'd be a fit or not, but I'd love to catch up and see what you've been up to.
Now, do you guys have anything that you have like scripted already that you send out to the new people that are getting involved so you can kind of fish through?
You mean scripted texting?
Like open, ideas how to initiate the conversations.
Yeah, we do have an email that I can send you that literally has this scripted out, but you always have to massage it. You always have to make it personal. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. So let me see if I'll send it to you right now. Let me see if I can punch it up. And Lisa, do you have where'd she go? There you are. Do you have? I know you have a document or something with that. We have that in the Fast Start training, don't we?
The Are You Open If Not?
Yeah.
No, that's actually a pinned post. I'm sorry, I don't know what your first name is because it shows Matt Payne.
Shayna.
Shayna. Hi, Shayna. How are you? Nice to meet you. Welcome aboard. So we have a Facebook group called Vive Success Network, and there's a pinned post up at the top that actually has that script that I shared for both the business perspective and the customer.
Perfect.
And then there's also in the Vive Updates, which is the corporate Facebook group, there's some files in there from Ed Kenny that have some scripts. They're a little wordy, in my opinion, but people are using them. They're working. So, like Brian said, play around with it, whatever feels right, whatever works for you.
Okay. Yeah, I have Vive Success Network. You said it's pinned in there?
Yes, it's pinned to the top.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Brian, just booked an appointment with my brother.
Perfect. Look at that. Boom. What did you send for a text?
Basically, I used kind of what Lisa said. Hey, he was interested in the Viridian stuff. I said, hey, I got this new thing I'm working on. There's an energy piece like Viridian. I said, we willing to take a look at it. He said, what's it about? And I said, hey, it's got an energy piece. It's got a travel piece. It's got this and that. He's like, cool. The other thing, he works in nursing homes and stuff. So I'm trying to get him to get us the name of the folks that are in charge of that stuff at the nursing home facilities. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that text worked because it was your brother, but there's some things I want to highlight that I wouldn't suggest doing outside of somebody that close. I wouldn't mention the company name or the products that we work with. And there's a reason behind it. What we're trying to do is pique interest to get in front of somebody with either a video, a phone call, a Zoom meeting, or in person. And it'll always work with your brother because it's your brother. He's going to listen. You could say almost anything, but
Yeah.
As soon as, like, if I was to connect with you, Bruce, hey Bruce, I got a business. It's called Viridian Energy or and it's in the green energy space and solar. What you're going to do is you're going to start Googling all this stuff and you're going to form your own opinion of what this thing is I'm trying to talk to you about. But if I said, hey Bruce, man, are you still working at EMC? Listen, I got a business idea when I'm by you. I'm not sure if it'd be a fit, but let's get a beer, man. I'd love to catch up. Does that make sense?
Yep, I just actually got another response from another friend of mine, basically using that same thing you were just talking about. Didn't mention any names, didn't mention anything like that.
Yeah, we're not trying to be shady or coy. We're just not. What we don't want to do is get into selling on the text. Like it's in energy, it's in travel. That's selling. That's trying to close the deal on a text. So I just want to caution everybody: short, sweet, peak interest. We're going to use a video or a Zoom meeting or in-person meeting. To present human to human what this business opportunity is, this business idea. So, great job, Bruce. Great job.
That holds true. Welcome, Bruce. Great job. That
Thanks.
holds true for people who are new social media as well. Don't put the name of the company, the name of our products all over social media. It doesn't work, right?
Right.
If it works, everyone in network marketing would do it, and those that are doing it, I guarantee you, unless they have a social media presence, like Ray and Jessica Higdon or John and Nadia Melton, it doesn't work. What you can do is curiosity posts. And a curiosity post takes either something that you've experienced personally or somebody on the team or somebody in the company. Talk about, I posted a couple weeks ago how excited I was because I booked a trip and I saved 51%. but it didn't have the name of the company and it didn't have the name of the product. If we have testimonials for energy, you can share the benefits of what our products and services do. We just don't want to share the name of them or the company.
Anybody else having want any coaching or help with what to say to certain people? The other idea behind the text blitz, again, in a 30-minute period, to send a good chunk of like 20 texts. So, in a side business like this, whenever you sit down to work your business, you want to just shut everything else out, focus, reach out to, I like to say 20 people too, because, we got to go through the numbers. And like I said, certain people are going to respond to you tomorrow, even a couple days from now. And it's just understanding the nature of people and setting up that sales funnel. The other thing, guys, too, especially if you're brand new, we all need to get our own personal customers. So initially, it's very good to get out and just get some customers, because when you're talking to other people, you want to show the business. They're going to ask you, well, how are you doing with it? And if your answer is, well, I don't have any customers yet, but I'm trying to build a sales team, it's going to be a little deflating. So I always encourage people to start off by going through friends, family, especially with the energy. Lead with the energy. And then go through the other products we have and see what resonates. Like, I'm not trying to push roadside on anybody, but if they already have AAA, then I have something that's similar and more cost effective. So I just highlight that. So we definitely want to get out there. And the other thing about the customer product, it's a little bit different of a text. When I'm reaching out for customers, I reach out looking for a favor. Now, the favor is not to become a customer. The favor is to get together for 15 minutes. I say, hey, man, listen, man, I need a little bit of a favor. I reach out to friends and family looking for some help with a business. Would it be okay if I stop by for 15 minutes one night or over the weekend to chat? I'd love to catch up. So I'm just looking for help, looking for some help with the business. So he doesn't know what it is. I'm not going to tell him what it is or anything like that. But we're just trying to, friendly stop by. I like to say for 15 minutes so they don't think it's a 2-hour event. And I like to say one night this week or over the weekend, because we do want to pin it to the next 7 days. We don't want to just say, are you available? Because then you kind of go back and forth on a text. So just some of the things that we've learned over the years to keep things moving. And Bruce, when you do peak interest, you want to follow it all the way up to a booked appointment with a date and time.
Right.
And everybody else too. So when somebody says, yeah, sure, I'm open. So great. Does Wednesday or Friday work?
Yep.
Friday at 3 o'clock. Great.
Yep. Just did that Sunday afternoon.
Perfect. Now, what do you want to? What are you going to show him? Do you got?
So yeah, the whole thing.
You gonna open up your back office and show him the whole thing?
Yep. Because he just mentioned he's moving to Pennsylvania. I'm like, this is great because you can do this from anywhere.
Yep.
And he's always been he's on disability, looking for some extra money all the time. So I figured he'd be a good candidate to be able to do this.
Okay. So the key that's probably going to work because it's your brother. But
no, it's a friend of mine.
Oh, it's okay. Friend of yours?
Yeah.
If that's the case, I would still lead with watching a video together.
Oh, okay, sure.
And there's a reason why. Now, Bruce, you know plenty, and you're smart. It's not that you can't present this business, but if you sit down for like 30 minutes and you show them the back office, you present the business, you're a highly educated guy. You have no problems public speaking. You're a manager at EMC. You're very accomplished. That type of behavior won't duplicate the tens of thousands of people below you. Like maybe an 18-year-old girl or a stay-at-home mom who's shy, but she can press play on a video.
Right.
And then she can make a call to one of us. So I would suggest you do the same thing with a friend.
Okay, yep, I can do that.
Watch a video, call myself, call Matt Payne, call Kenny, call Lisa, and let us close the deal for you.
Sure.
Because psychologically, your friend's he may not realize this, but he's going to say, wow, I came over with Bruce, we watched the video, he called some other dude that's a business partner.
Yeah.
like I can do that. Like I'm busy. I don't have time to do an hour presentation. Like if you do an hour presentation, they're going to be like, I can't do this. Even if they love it, psychologically, it's like, I just don't have the time to do these hour-long presentations. So, but if he watches a 10-minute video and then gets on a phone call, does that make sense?
Yep. Absolutely.
So I would reach out to myself or Matt or Kenny and just, book a call, and we'll help you just educate him. He's going to want to know about the compensation plan.
Sure.
And it's really easy too. If before you even sit down and say, listen, would it be okay if I had a buddy of mine get on a three-way call? He knows a little bit more about the compensation. Does that make sense, brother?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
So I'm trying to read texts as they're coming in.
No worries. You're doing a great job. I think you're leading the charge here.
Here's a good one. This is going to show everybody follow-up, right? I simply just texted and said, what up, Kelly? Just hoping you're doing well. That was it. Okay. I think about you all the time. Love to get together soon. You inspire me with your drive and success. I still need to know the new thing that you're involved with. I hope we can get together soon. That was it. I literally didn't even say anything about the business, but this person's been, obviously I've piqued some curiosity, months ago. And so write down who you're sending messages out, because if they don't respond today, they might in 2 weeks, they might in 2 months, they might in 2 years. I know I plan on being in business for a long time to come. So whether they join now or in a year or 2 years, I'm still going to need to bring people in at some point, That was pretty cool.
No, there's a few good points you made there, Matt. And yeah, if you guys are, if this is going to be a significant revenue stream, part-time revenue stream, then you absolutely want to have, like I said, a daily and a weekly method of operation. Everybody you're texting tonight, put it in a spreadsheet, put it in a notepad, write the date, and, did they respond or not? You want to keep track of who you reached out to, whether electronically or in a notebook. And because then you can open up the notebook tomorrow, because what's going to happen if we send out 20 texts right now, some people won't reply. And it's not even that they're being mean. They might be in the middle of dinner. I know if I put my phone down for a half hour like this and I pick it up, I'll have like 30 texts. And most of you guys are the same way. And most of the people you're texting are the same way. So somebody picks their phone up. They may see your text. Oh, that's cool. Shayna, texted me. But then there's 6 other texts below. And they say, oh, they mean to get back to you, but they just keep reading. And then they literally forget to get back to you. That happens all the time. So tomorrow when you're text blitzing again, you want to go through the list. And if somebody didn't answer, say, just don't be shy about it. Just understand how people think. Say, hey, listen, I'm not sure if you saw this yesterday, but, and then you paste the same exact text. And I have no issue. I'll do this 4 or 5 times in a row. I just don't, it doesn't matter to me. I have no feeling one way or another about it until somebody says, stop texting me, because I'm not here trying to get them to do anything. I'm trying to show them something that could be very beneficial to their life. So make sure you don't let, don't let your paradigms kick in about what people are doing or what they might be thinking, because we tend to paint these weird pictures in our head. Some people are just busy, they just, yeah.
So Brian, to kind of go along with what you're saying, I've been sending out my 20 a day, asking if they're open, and there, like you said, there's people that don't always answer because they're busy for whatever reason. So when I follow up with them, like the next day, I'll just say, hey, so-and-so, how are you? I won't even mention, like, did you see this? Did you do this? And I've been getting responses. Hey, I'm so good. I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance
Exactly.
to respond yesterday.
Yeah.
So I've been approaching it slightly different just because I was trying before saying, hey, so-and-so, like, you know, did you have a chance to, I don't know, whatever. And I would almost kind of respond with the same thing I had done before, and I was still getting crickets.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, I'm just going to say, hey, how are you? And that started the conversation up again. So that's been working for me.
No, that's perfect. And that's the whole point of these meetings, right? And that's Matt Payne just did the same thing. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is it's called split testing. It's trying something one way, measuring your results, gauging your results, and then trying something else if you don't like your results.
Yeah.
And the biggest part here, guys, is it's not taking it personally.
Yeah.
That's the biggest part. You need to disconnect from results here.
Well, and something else I was doing too before, and it was a mistake that I was making because I was not really confident and postured, but I would send the video before I committed to getting a time from them. And now, since I started the new 20 a day, I'm making sure that I do not send them a video until they tell me, yes, I can watch it. So if they say I can watch it, you know, tomorrow, I say, great, reach out to me tomorrow when you have time, and that's when I'll send it. So I'm not sending it until they have time. So I learned, you know, I've been learning that from you guys, which is good.
Awesome.
And that's been getting a better response too. So I just had to kind of,
one little bit of advice, Amanda, I wouldn't say reach out to me. I would say, what time do you think you'd have? I'll reach out to you a little bit prior to make sure it's still good. So otherwise people kind of forget about it. We're not high on their priority list when they, you know, we're just not, you know. So I would try to set a firm time, and then you can check with them 10 minutes before by text. Are you still good to go in 10 minutes from now? And that way you can adjust from there.
Okay. I've had pretty good success, but you're right. It's something that they're not thinking about. So for some of those people that didn't reach out to me, I said, hey, just wanted to check and see if this was a good time now. And they've said yes. But you're right. Like, they're not going to remember necessarily to reach out to us.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could just hone in the time so you're not so crazy hectic of when you might, you know, especially if you end up, you know, for anybody that's got a job or something, you know, you'd rather know an approximate time, or, okay, so I need to be free, hopefully free around 3 o'clock. They said they'll probably be busy. So it's more for your own sanity too, you know?
Yeah.
That's all. Otherwise they call you on their ride home and you're in the middle of cooking dinner. It's just, you know, it's not a good time.
Yeah. No, that's true.
I got my first meeting.
Yay!
Awesome.
Awesome. What if it's somebody that's involved in solar right now with another company?
That's a good question, but it depends on the company, and depends how they're involved, if they're doing sales or are they doing
Yeah,
install?
they do, I think, sales. Purchasing manager.
Purchasing manager. For what company, do you know?
I think it's the event.
Vivint? Yeah, I would show someone like this. See, a lot of people with solar, they have nowhere to put the electric customers. You know, and truthfully, you know, we don't prejudge anyway, so you don't know where they're at. You don't know if they're going to be looking for a job change, or, you know, you just don't know. And like, you know, we always say, you can, you know, give them the out, saying it might not be for you. And then I always ask for referrals, you know.
Okay.
So it's okay. You can say, I know you're in the same industry, so I wanted to, you know, I wanted to share this with you. I really think it's a cool service. Now, he's never seen autopilot before. So and you got to understand, solar companies don't sign up every single house that they go to with solar. It just doesn't happen that way, right? It's not a small commitment. Not everybody's going to do it. So what if you could leave every single household with an autopilot something? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if it would be a conflict of interest or anything like that. So that's not my choice to say whether I could do that or not. But I think it's brilliant. And those guys are in front of electric bills every single day.
Right. And
So,
what about people out of state that can't do the autopilot but can do other stuff?
So one of the fastest growing teams is in Maryland. There's no electricity over there yet, no autopilot, and they are literally going crazy with the home secure. That's their big thing that they're doing out there, and one of the other reasons why they're having so much success is because every single person who joins the business is signing up for every single lifestyle service that we have and taking advantage of our services. So it's like, you know, Brian came up, well, a long time ago, Brian would teach, you always have to look at yourself and say, if my entire team was doing exactly what I'm doing, would I have a successful business? Because it really doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what works. It only matters what duplicates, what everybody else falls habit of. So, you know, however this company's, you know, brand new May 14th, there's still, you know, we have a lot of stuff that's coming, a lot of tools that are coming, a lot of stuff, a lot of videos. There'll be short little 3-minute videos on each one of the products at some point. There's some longer stuff that'll explain everything to you. But sooner or later, we're going to have the little commercials for every single service that we offer. Okay, so that'll be really cool. But as being founding people, we really need to, you know, we're not going to have all the tools right now. It's just not going to happen.
Right. Okay.
Hey, speaking of tools, Matt, are you using Rob's 6-minute video or the Share Vive?
I almost thought you were going to call me a tool for a second, but that's happened before. I've been using Brendan's 11-minute video.
From the Share Vive, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it's on there anymore. So I have a direct link
Okay.
to that one. I can send it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I've got Rob's is pretty good too. It's only 6 minutes, but
Is that his new one? Is that the new one that he just did?
yeah, no, it's on there. It's a few weeks old now, but he did a real short one. It's only about 6 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
And
Share Vive.
it's on the resource site, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on sharevive.com. It's actually up there with about the Fabulous Five have their 2 or 3 minute testimonial videos. So sharevive.com is a great place to send people. Some of the feedback we've gotten is that it's vague. So what Amanda and I were dialoguing on is just letting people know, you know, this is the first step. This is where we send people. It's short. You know, most people don't want to spend, Brendan's isn't bad. It's only 11 minutes, but you know, 6 minutes, they're going to get a feel for whether or not it's something that they're open to learning more about. And if they are, then we can plug them into some additional videos, the in the nose, Brendan's, etc. But I think both of them are good.
That's good.
All right, guys, I got to bounce. I got another webinar coming up that I'll see some of you guys on. But hopefully, you guys get a lot of value out of this. And we do this every Tuesday night, right? We build our businesses together, and the idea is that you would grab some time every day, or every other day if that's what you want to do. Or what I used to do is I used to actually do this on Saturdays. I would text blitz for 2 to 4 hours. And I would just keep texting and reaching out to people until I had 5 appointments booked for the following week. So that's another method of operation you can do too. You can do consistency every day in smaller bursts, or you can take a half day on Saturday to work your business and pre-book the whole following week, or some combination thereof. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys got something out of that. I love this team. And if anybody needs anything, you can reach out to me, Matt, Kenny, Lisa, Amanda, all these guys, Corey, Jeff. There's a ton of resources here. So for those of you guys that are new, you're in good hands, and welcome aboard. Have a great night, guys, and God bless. Take care.
Hey, thanks, Ryan.